Blitz on 2, brought to you by Crew Chevrolet, Steen Enterprises, and McDonald's.
Good evening, high school football fans. Welcome to week 9 of the Blitz on 2. I'm Brendan Clark, along with Evan West, bringing you all the highlights from your favorite football teams.
Yeah, just a few weeks left in the regular season, meaning it is all about region titles right now, Brendan.
Yeah, it is. Here are some of the storylines that we are following tonight. For Dorchester, perfect, looking to stay that way, going for a 10-0 record. At Goose Creek, after their overtime win last week, looks to stay atop the region's 7-4A standings.
An Academic Magnet lost their first game of the season last Friday. They try to bounce back against Battery Creek. Somerville down in Walterboro after a week off the wave at the bottom of their region. And there you see Buford at Hanahan.
And that, my friends, is our game of the week. Both Buford and Hanahan looking to keep pace with undefeated Hilton Head in the Region 8-3A football rankings. So, a game you watch live on our website, count-on2.com. Go to Hanahan. Hawks, Eagles, which team would soar, which one wouldn't? Hanahan down 7-0 early, but check out Vontre Howard taking the snap, then spinning his way into the end zone, ties it at 7. Go with what works, right? Howard again, this time to the left, same result though. Hawks take a 14-7 lead. Same score as we move to the second quarter. Buford trying to make something happen, but Hanahan's Cyrone White makes it happen on the defensive end. This pick takes it all the way inside the red zone. That led to a field goal in a 24-7 game. Now remember that Howard guy I was talking about? He's good. And this run, well, he takes it down inside the 10-yard line. That led to another Hanahan touchdown. Kind of took their foot off the gas at this point as Hanahan wins it 41-19. They stay perfect in region play. How about Somerville looking to climb out of the region basement? They were down at Carleton County tonight. Carleton County QB Craig Grant looking for the opening, goes deep to number 12, Justin Williams. Green Wave, they were on his tail, but not close enough because he was in the end zone, and that made it 7-0. They got the extra point. It's the second quarter now. Carleton County has the ball. We are tied at 7. Grant, though, at the last minute, the pass is picked off by Somerville's Alan Fields. Field had a lot of field in front of them. Run it in. The pick 6. They got the extra point. That made it 7-14. That was the score at the half. Somerville would hold on for a close win here. 16-14 is your final. This win was big because Somerville and Carleton County will not play in the foreseeable future.
Over to West Ashley, another big game. Wildcats and Knights had something in common. Their head coaches both share the same last name and same set of parents. We call it the Marion Bowl. Now here come the Wildcats. They're up first, driving with the football. TKL Holmes on the pitch, picking up a few hard yards right here until he's pushed out of bounds. All right, they got a little momentum. Here's Justin Berry. He's looking around, looking for somebody, calls his own number, slips a couple of tackles.
Smooth.
36 yards on the play. Gives the Wildcats some primo field position. Up next, the handoff to Dexter Freeman. He cuts the corner. Will he pay dirt? Yeah! Knocked out at the 1-yard line. Sorry, looked like it, but all right, well, what about right here? Justin Berry, he'll pay dirt. That counts. It is all of a sudden 7-0 right here. Okay, now it's time for more West Ashley, that is. After this fumble by Stratford, West Ashley pounces on it, and all of a sudden they are back in business. Whew. Wildcat fans, they're fired up for good reason. Their team can play right now. So who is it? It's Berry. Keeping it himself and tanking it in for the score. 14-0 West Ashley. They win this one big. 34-7 the final score.
I did not see that one coming. 9-0 for Dorchester. Bagwell Stadium tonight hosting Bluffton. Patriots playing defense with a 6-3 lead. Hunter Eldridge picked off right here by Moses Clark. Nice last name, kid. Goes 33 yards until being knocked out at the goal line. No relation. The Ford is knocking. Datron James is rocking right in for the touchdown. Patriots jump ahead 13-3 at this point. Very next drive. Watch the snap here. Whoop, that sails right over Eldridge's head. Bounces all the way to the end zone. Can the P-men recover? Devontae Farrell has it, but he can't hang on. It's a safety. They need it 15-3. Then later in the first right here, Joyner scrambles. Raekwon Simmons, the kid can flat out fly. Look at that. Broke some ankles right there. Down all the way to the 3-yard line. You think Fort D's going to have trouble scoring? No. Next play, Joyner keeps it. He's in. Fort Dorchester looking good, looking impressive like they have week after week. 45-6 is the win as they go 10-0.
Hey, if anyone's out there, feel free to give us a call if you'd like to explain the Wando football team this season. It's been up and down right of east of the Cooper River. The Warriors giving up a 14-point lead last week. They lost that game to Stratford. Tonight, it did not get any easier as Wando visiting the Region 7 leaders, Goose Creek. The Warriors down 21-7 with the Gators chomping away. Leandre Legree in for the score. It's 28-7. Still in the first. It's Goose Creek on the reverse. Tyreek Martin rounds the corner. 25 yards later, he finds Pater. 34-7. The Creek overflowing in the first half. Wando trying to make something happen. Bailey Hart. Check out the pick. Quintavis Davis, if that name doesn't rhyme. Jeez. Incredible interception. Goose Creek wins this one right here. 40-28 the final. To the backyard, Cane Bay coming off a heartbreaker to Goose Creek, taking on James Island. R.J. Roderick, the Cobras quarterback, gliding in from 6 yards out, but the refs say it's holding. Back him up 10. So what play do you call next, Coach? What about the same one? Roderick taking it in from 16 yards out. Same exact play. All right, go with what works, right? Cane Bay goes ahead 10-0. Now to the second quarter, bird's eye view for you. Jack Jordan picked off by Paul Pert. He's got the big hurt. A pick six for Cane Bay. They blank them in the backyard. 31-0, the final score.
Good Cane Bay defense and 5 James Island turnovers did not help the Trojans in that game.
Them out at all.
At all, right. Hey, it hasn't been the usual kind of season for Timberland, and that means they aren't undefeated at this point. The Wolves have lost 2 already, and that is unheard of up there in the woods of St. Stephen. Tonight, we go back up there. Timberland hosting Andrews, and in the first quarter, no score. Watch this Andrews punt right into Timberland. Matthew Rembert falls on it for the Wolves. Then just 2 plays later, it would be Daniel, Big D Robinson, says, "You can call me on my cell phone," to Drake Campbell. I was paid to say that for Dan Fanning. Timberland touchdown, 6-0 right there. Second quarter, Wolves add to the lead. Andrews back to pass right here. Joseph Moultrie, though, steps in front, races the other way. 67 yards he would go when all was said and done. It was a touchdown. The 2-point conversion was good. That would make it 14-0. And Timberland looking good as they win tonight. 33-7 is your final. Out to Hollywood, South Carolina, for Burke and Baptist Hill, and the Bobcats come out in the prowl in pink jerseys. First possession of the game, they give it to their bowling ball. That would be Glenn Carent because he's knocking people over all night. 6-0 Bobcats. Next drive, Corey Fields. Look at this beautiful pass. Nice tight spiral. Photographer had a little trouble because it was coming at him. I think he was a little scared. Richard Bailey leaves the defender in the dust for the long touchdown. 14-0. They're going to give it back to the bowling ball. I don't know if he likes to be called that, but I'm going to call him that because he doesn't know where I live. That's another touchdown, making it look easy. 22-0. Baptist Hill wins this one over Burke. Burke struggling to find a win here. 64-0 is your final.
In Monk's Corner, Stahl looking for their first win of the season at Berkeley. Stags ahead 14-0 at half. Berkeley, this is the first possession in the second half. Quentin Scott with a nice run. He's down inside the Stahl 15-yard line. How do you finish it off? A couple plays later, it's Austin Miles capping it from 1 yard out. Still counts. 20-0 Stags on top. Here we go. Time winding down in the third quarter. DJ Chisholm drops back to pass. Can't find anybody open, so he decides to use those legs. The 9th grader making the upperclassmen look straight up silly. 50 yards when it's all said and done. 28-0 Berkeley on top. They go on to win big, 48-0 over Stahl. Bishop England looking to hang tight with Academic Magnet in the 2A Region 6, taking on North Charleston. The band was rocking, especially after this play. Cougars down 34-0, but the tip drill. Kayron Washington with the touchdown. The 2-point conversion is good. Little guy likes it, or little girl. Oh, sorry, guys. 34-8. BE.
Way to go.
Doing a little passing and catching as well. Leo Albano to Chandler Garrett, who goes all out. This would lead to a field goal, as they call it, just before they have to make it 37-8. Bishop England wins 52-8, the final score from Daniel Island.
West at WCBD.com if you'd like to call and complain if you're the parent.
Go ahead.
Some great highlights from Week 9. We saw some good teams out there. And still to come, the Blitz On 2. More games from around the Low Country. We will check in on Northwood. We're also going to check with Pinewood Prep. So stay with us as you're watching the Blitz On 2.